Now, my next guest dropped an amazing 5 dress sizes in just 8 months. Now, this is the good bit. After she was hypnotised into believing she'd had a gastric band fitted. Head teacher Kay Lindley joins me now, along with Dr. Hilary. This is extraordinary. So you went to a hypnotist who basically told you, when you were being hypnotised, do you remember, was he telling you that the operation was happening?
On one occasion, it was hypnotherapy.
Right.
Along with cognitive behaviour therapy and deep relaxation, lots of counselling talks. And in the first week when I was there, I had 4 sessions, and on the 4th session, that's when they were talking about what the operation would be had I decided to go down that route.
So they were talking to you and saying this would happen, this would happen, this would happen?
Yeah, I saw a video of an operation actually taking place, and also they had a gastric band there to feel and to play with.
Right. So you really felt as if it was real?
Yes, yeah. And then talking through what the operation would be like, and background sounds of instruments, metallic instruments clanking, and so you felt when you were in a position of deep relaxation, it felt as though that was what was happening. And then towards the end, I was presented with my little golf ball, which
now, what does that do?
Well, had I had the band fitted, it reduces the stomach down, apparently, by putting the band round to that size of stomach available to take food.
So that's like a visual tool for you to remember?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So that was mine to bring home. So
do you know what? That is extraordinary, because a gastric band operation is a really big deal.
Yes.
It really is. You don't go into that lightly.
No.
But you've managed to get the effect of that without having to undergo surgery.
Yeah. Well, I was at a stage where I even contemplated the surgery, and I was thinking, you know, as a last resort, am I going to have to do this?
Well, that's you there, believe it or
Yes,
not. I mean, you wouldn't think that's the same lady when you look at you now. That is amazing.
The last week in July last year.
And look at you there. How much have you lost all in all?
7 stone.
7 stone.
Yes, yes.
Absolutely.
But the thought of electing for surgery when it isn't medically necessary,
I'm with you.
I wasn't comfortable with that at all.
I understand.
And then by chance I saw an article about somebody who'd had gastric mind band.
Gastric mind band, I love it.
Yeah. So I just Googled gastric mind band and found contact with a clinic that does that, and it happened to be in Spain.
Right.
So we went for a week at the end of July, and from my point of view, the plus side was, well, even if it doesn't work, I've had a week's holiday in Spain, and hey, you know.
Exactly, because this was only... But how long did each session take?
The very first session was about 4 hours, because there's lots of background information and talking through family history and eating patterns and why I'd ended up where I'd ended up, really. Subsequent sessions were about an hour long.
Oh, so you've got the rest of the day in Spain. Happy days.
Exactly.
Fantastic.
Yes.
I think this is amazing. Was it very expensive?
No, I think I probably paid something around about £700 for the treatment,
cheaper than an operation.
Which is about 1/10 the cost of the operation.
Cheaper than an operation.
And you know, obviously the travel to get there, but it was a holiday the rest of the time. So yeah.
Hilary, this is incredible.
It's really interesting, isn't it?
It really, and it's worked. I mean, you look amazing, and you're healthier, and you feel better, and all that.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, it's based on the necessity to convince somebody that something has changed within them, whether it's within their stomach or within their mind is almost irrelevant. That's how hypnotherapy works. It's not like stage hypnosis. It's not the sort of stage hypnosis that makes you do things that you it's like eat an onion when you think it's an apple and all
that
because that lasts fleeting moments usually. The thing about hypnotherapy is it does take a lot of time, and you have to select your patient quite carefully. It's not going to work for everybody. You have to be quite intelligent.
And Kay is obviously Mrs. Schultz are very, very bright women, so you have to be a certain type of person.
A certain type of
person
person to take on board the messages that you're hearing when you're under that sort of hypnosis. You're hearing the voice of the therapist who's suggesting to you ideas that will change your eating habits, your eating behaviours, and make you think about food and your relationship to food differently. Now, that all takes time. It takes several sessions, and therefore it's not going to suit everybody. You still have to be committed, a bit like giving up smoking, to what you're trying to achieve, and you have to be quite bright to benefit from hypnotherapy, and then take it on yourself, constantly reminding yourself through auto-hypnosis, if you like, almost those reaffirmations of the message. So, A, it's not going to work for everybody. and B, you have to be really committed to it. Part of the effect is the cognitive behavioural therapy. It's the relearning of your previous behaviours, which is part of lots of sort of approaches
because
to
this is the thing about this. You yo-yo dieted like so many of us. I've done it myself over the years. You know, put weight on, taken it off. Do you feel that this time, with all of the help that you've been given and all that, you know, like the golf ball and all of that, do you think the weight will stay off this time?
I think so. I hope so. Time will tell. But I am still losing weight. I haven't got to the end of the journey yet. I haven't set a specific goal in terms of how much weight I want. It's more how I feel and how I think I look that's important.
Well, what's interesting is that a lot of people would say it's not guaranteed to work in the future, but actually losing the 7 stones is such a good incentive. And a positive affirmation that it can be done. It probably will stay off.
Excellent. I hope it does.
Thank you.
Great to see you. What an amazing experience.
Thank you.
It's extraordinary. Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.